Welcome to another episode of The Joe Show.
Quarantine edition. I'm your very special guest, Deadpool, coming to you live from No Comparison Joe Harrison's house. Today's episode is another edition of Answer the Three Count. And today's guest is referee Sean Pittman.
Referee Sean Pittman here. I was requested to come on this show called Three Counts with No Comparison Joe Harrison or something. I don't know. He asked me to do three things, so I figured I'd do the things that are well known to me, which is I'm going to do the top three comic book events of the past 10 years. And for me, there's only a few things that I can talk about on this. And let's start with number three. Number three is Dark Knight Metal, which came out pretty recent. I want to say it was in the past year, 2 years. Batman pretty much turns into something crazy at the end of it if you haven't had a chance to read it. But it's basically Batmans from all around the multiverse who have turned dark, in a sense. Not the good old Batman of the central multiverse that we know, but just completely different. It's definitely worth a read, and it leads into, and you find out really much about the cool Batman called The Batman Who Laughs. Really worth it. I thoroughly enjoyed it as a comic book event series. And they've got a few tie-ins that I haven't had a chance to read, but it's worth it. My second comic book event has to be one that's close to my heart because of the fact that I grew up watching this show. It's the Shattered Grid for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Shattered Grid was and is one of my favorite events so far, and I actually own all of the Shattered Grid trade paperbacks, or mass market paperbacks, and the hardbacks themselves because I just enjoyed the series so much, and Power Rangers has done a great job in their whole comic book style that they've put out. It's really worth it if you have a chance. Shattered Grid follows the Rangers trying to fight against Lord Drakkon, which turns out it is Tommy Oliver, who is the White/Green Ranger. It's definitely a very different style. It brings in a lot of the different Power Rangers from over the years, the different forms, different styles, the different series. It pretty much ties them all in and ties in the power crystals and all of that. So definitely check it out. And my number one, actually, not number three, my number one, Marvel Civil War. It did a lot, and it led into my other favorite moment, the death of Captain America. If you enjoy the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you need to read the Marvel comic version because there's so much more that happens, and it's really very worthy of a read. I highly recommend this. We've actually used this for my book clubs at work, and the people who came to it and read it really enjoyed it. If you read this, definitely take a chance and read the second Civil War II. It's not as good, but it is good in a sense that it's very different. And then Secret Empire, also of Marvel, is really good. But that's my three. So thanks for listening to me ramble. Senior official Sean Pittman of the Premier Wrestling Federation, signing off.
Oh, Green Lantern here, coming to you from OWA. Thanks, Pittman, for that wonderful countdown. Except for the fact you forgot about my stuff. And Deadpool, good to see you again. You know, it's pretty great that somebody like Ryan Reynolds portrayed us in cinematic masterpieces. Ryan Reynolds, the only man who's almost as good looking as No Comparison Joe Harrison. Well, until next time, in brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might Beware my power. Green Lantern's light. Performance issues.